What is up, everyone? My name is Brandon, guys, and this is Learning Handily. So I filmed a whole bunch of stuff yesterday, only to find out that I had no audio. So I'm gonna do a quick intro to what you're about to see, and then we'll move on with the results. Basically, yesterday I took on trying to make MIcarta for the first time. I've never done it. I wanna make knife handles. I figured, I watched a few YouTube videos and figured, hey, I could figure this out. I will say there, at least for me, there's a bit of a learning curve, but I'm willing to hope that they came out okay. I used both Bondo and a total boat and did kind of a comparison between the two of them. I've got two sections that we're gonna go over and kind of see how they turned out. I'm gonna take them out of the clamps and see how they work to kind of compare them. If there's an issue, I'm gonna go ahead and guarantee that it was user error, but we'll get better at it. We'll figure it out. And I'm gonna keep doing it, and we'll see where we get. So, cue the, I guess, B-roll sequence without any audio of our first process. All right, well, wasn't that just fun? I really have no idea how that looks because I haven't edited it yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it was fun. So down here, I have got the total boat and the Bondo MIcarta attempts. As you saw in the B-roll, we did use burlap. I've still got some of it cut up because I did not have nearly enough resin for what I cut up. So I'm guessing that these are gonna be pretty thin, which I'm a little disappointed about, but again, next time we'll know a little bit better. I also made some others that are scattered out down here that have cured also. We'll open those up and see how they look. I made them a little thicker, used some different methods because I was actually out of these clamps. I only have 8 of them because, well, I'm just kind of getting started with all this. Anyway, total boats first. Let's open that up. Let's move this out of the way. And let's get a look here. There, we can see that. Just take these. Everybody hold your breath. That was hard. I got a sticky bit. That's not good news. I got a few sticky bits. All right, so with the total boat, I'm going to go ahead and guess that I did not get the right proportion of hardener. So the total boat it obviously comes with the resin and the hardener, and it came with 2 pumps, which I thought this is gonna be great, so easy to measure. The problem is that the pump for the hardener was way too big for the bottle of hardener. And so I thought to I was like, well, I don't wanna dick with it because it's gonna fall out. It was like sticking up this far out of the bottle, so I'm like, well, I'll just dump it in. And obviously, either I didn't get it enough, or I didn't get enough hardener, or this just needs more time because this is really, really sticky still. It's also cold. It's what, 30 degrees right now here in central Indiana. So that could be it too. So I'm gonna call this a learning opportunity. I'm just gonna stick this back over here and let it sit just like this. Onto the Bondo. I had this painter's tape thinking that I could tape the wax paper down. No. Funny thing about wax paper is that it's covered in wax and things don't like to stick to it, which happens to be why we used it in the first place. All right, let's dig into this. Cross your fingers for a little bit better of a outcome. The wax paper did work brilliantly. There's no nothing on here. That's still wet. That's disappointing. We're gonna call that fail number 2. All right, now this, I put in one of these little like banquet serving things, like a little disposable foil thing. And literally, since I was out of clamps, I just threw cardboard on top of it and threw a 5-pound dumbbell on it because that's what I had. Throw that down there. Let's dig into this a little bit. This is better. This is better. It is thicker. There's still cardboard on it. Let's pull that off. This has a little bit of wetness down here on the bottom section, but it's not sticky. See that? Right, can't let me move this camera around here. You can see that there. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's hard. All right. I'm gonna throw this up. I will call that an acceptable outcome. All right, this one is in a bread pan with a 3-pound weight on it. Throw that down. I can already see this one. I didn't get enough coverage of it. With a little 1x4 board wrapped in. Just toss it there. My trash bin is so full this week. So we get in here. Turn that. Oops. Turn that around. I wonder if we can. There it comes. Don't tell that I use this. Pretty clean now. All right. This one is hard. You see, I had it folded over on me a little bit because I didn't have enough width, or that I cut these and I didn't get the resin up here, so those will obviously get cut off. There was some pooling there. You can kind of see that. If it'll, there it's focused. There that is. Overall, it's hard. It's not sticky. I'll say not bad. All right, so this one I am really curious about. Put it back in the boards, and I set a 25-pound kettlebell on it. This was the last one that I did, and looking at it, it seems hard, but I also got what I did here. You can see that. Let me see if I can widen this out. There we go. I put it all in this bag here, and it's used basically everything I had left resin-wise, and a bunch of burlap. Now I can already see there's a bunch of cracks and holes in there. Like I didn't get all that. This is probably, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be useless, but it's probably gonna be damn close to useless. I just don't know what to do with that. It's just sticky, so I think I'm gonna leave it in the bag for a while and just kind of let it sit, maybe for another day before I cut it open and see what we have. I really just don't feel like, let's see if it separates from that, fine. If it's still wet, I don't feel like dicking with it. I don't feel like making even more of a mess. But yeah, that's what we got. That is what came of the first MIcarta experiment. Now I'm out of resin. I'm probably not gonna buy the total boat again because it was kind of expensive. And I mean, it was $50 for that little bit that I had. And the pump just disappointed me. Because of the pictures, the pump fits. And the fact that it didn't disappoint me, I don't wanna mess with it. So I'm not gonna. But I will do the Bondo again. I may also try that crystal clear epoxy and see if that works. I'd like to get into like form casting, but I don't have a pressure pot quite yet. So when I get that, that may be in the cards as well. Anyway, I think that's it. Thanks for checking me out. Again, my name is Brandon, guys. This is Learning Handily. Basically, this is just a series where I'm learning to do stuff, and I feel like I should bring you along with me. So welcome aboard. Thanks for checking us out. I'll talk to you soon. Later.